What's going on, YouTube? Back at you with another video. Hey, just sitting here. It's Thanksgiving. Want to say happy Thanksgivings to everybody. Hey, if you've been rocking with me for the last year, watching my videos, checking me out, commenting, giving advice, giving constructive criticism, I thank you. Appreciate it. Continue to support me, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get to it. It's Thanksgiving. You might have different feelings than me when it comes to Thanksgiving. Over the years, I appreciated Thanksgiving because it gave me and my family time to get together. And almost at the end of the year, after we've been working hard for the year, come together, get to see each other's faces, get to see some of the family members and things like that. I usually see more of the family side members on my wife's side than on my side. Usually got some other things going on. Me and my brothers are workhorses. We work. We take care of our families just like a lot of people out there, and usually only the work family, the work people can relate to what I'm saying. We work. We take care of our family. We're grinding all year. We're hustling all year. We're trying to balance work, family, and whatever else we got going on year after year. We've been trying to teach our children to walk in the right path of the Lord, walk in the right path of trying to be the best person that they can be and treat people with fairness, kindness, and respect. That's all we want. In return, as parents, we want the same thing. We want respect. We also want praise. Now, most of the time, men, it's nice to get the praise. It's nice to get, the accolades as far as basically giving us our flowers while we're here. A lot of men don't get those flowers while we're here. We just continue to work, provide, try to do the best that we could do as men and take care of our families. And sometimes we get shortchanged. We're always talking about business and about not getting shortchanged in your business and with customers, but a lot of the time men get shortchanged. And that's not taking anything away from women. We know what women do and provide as far as helping out, support the family, things like that, nourishing. We know that. But at the same time, the mothers, women, they usually get all the praise. And the men are on the sideline or in the background, which they're supposed to be in the forefront. They're in the background and they don't even get patted on the back. And this might sound like a Father's Day spiel, but Father's Day is the same thing. We get little. We get little praise. We don't get our flowers. We don't usually have anyone telling you that they appreciate what you're doing. It's just something that we're supposed to do and that we have to do in order to maintain a family and to get you through year until we basically die. We got to do this. And along the way, we have children, we have stepchildren, we have cousins, we have little nieces, we have nephews, and we're always trying to be, I know in my family, trying to be a role model for those kids and young adults and adult kids that we have. And we don't want much, but we don't get much either. We just do. We just keep doing. And that's why they always say a man never gets his flowers until he die. And then everything will start coming into play of how important that father was, that man was, that stepfather, that father, that biological father. Then you find out how important that person was. But while they're here, you usually, I'm not saying all, but usually the fathers and the men out here don't get the praise that they should deserve. So it doesn't matter what day it is, Thanksgiving, Father's Day, whatever day, Christmas, the actions of your children should reflect the person and the family that you grew up with. And like I said, it's all about respect. It's all about praise, giving their flowers while they're alive. It's also all about the dignity and how your children carry yourself to make your parents proud of what they did, what they accomplished, in order to give their children a life that they didn't have. Usually, if you're not born with a silver spoon in your mouth or you come from money, everything is built from the ground up. And the only thing a father and mother wants to see is their children doing great, their children doing good, accomplishing things. Or if they're just average, that's fine too. But it's a big bonus when they become greater than their parents. It's a proud moment. And when that doesn't happen, then that's when different feelings set in, when you start looking at people that's around you that's not putting in that effort, putting in that work, changing for the best. They're still doing the same thing they were doing 5 years ago. They're still doing the same thing they're doing 10 years ago. And you can still do the same thing long as it's productive. But when you're doing negative things like drugs, pill popping, being manipulative, just bad spirit, when you continue to be that way, people see it. Your parents see it. Your cousins see it. Your aunties see it. Your uncles see it. They see it. And to the children out there that's still doing the same thing, you could change. You just got to want to. You got to want to change. You got to want to do the right thing. And the number one thing is you got to you got to love yourself. And within loving yourself, you would do better, be better, and share that with others. And that will show. I believe wholeheartedly, actions speak louder than words. You can say what you're going to do. You can keep procrastinating what you're going to do. You can keep doing all these things, but until you see it, nobody's going to believe it. So 5 years go by and you're still doing the same thing. I would say you're still on that same track of the same. I would say that you are still that same person because I don't see any change. That's what I'm trying to say. But it's the holidays, so you got to try to enjoy it. You got to try to enjoy the family members, even if you don't, agree with a lot of the things that they do and stuff like that. You have to deal with them for that day. And that's what I'm trying to do. It's taking a lot out of me. I gotta get myself together. That's why I come out here. I come out here where I'm at peace. Where I'm at peace right now, trying to gather my thoughts, get myself together, and I'm trying to grow as well, as far as my thinking process, how I think, what I think about certain people, things like that. The best way to handle it is head on, and that's what I'm trying to do. That's what this video is about. It's really about me trying to gather myself, get over some of the things that I deal with, some of the thoughts that I think, and just try to have a decent day, because you're in control of your feelings, and I'm trying to get a hold of my feelings and get through this day. So that being said, I hope you guys have a nice Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much, because you got Christmas right around the corner. Don't eat too much, because this is where we pack on them pounds. Especially in the lawn care business, we pack on them pounds, because we're not out there running around. We're not out there in the sun. We're not sweating. We're not drinking water. We're slowed down. And this is the time where you got Thanksgiving, cha-ching, Christmas, cha-ching, and New Year's, cha-ching. If you look at some of my videos, I talk about the end of the year holiday money traps. That's all this is. So for the ones that's out there complaining, I can't never go on a vacation, I can't never do this, okay. Don't spend the money that you usually spend on Thanksgiving. Don't spend the money that you usually spend on Christmas. Don't spend, starting in a new year, New Year's Day, New Year's Eve. Watch how much money you spend, you save. Watch how much money you save, because a lot of the times we're spending, heavy on these last 3 days, 3 holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas, and going into the new year. Right after Christmas, you go right into the new year and spend more money. How about save that money? Y'all can't do it, can you? You can't do it, can you? I can say I've done it. I'm not bragging, I'm not boasting, but I can say I've done it. You can't do it, can you? Can you go through all of these holidays, save your money, tally up what you would spend on those holidays? You know how much you spend on each holiday. You know it. They could even give you a rough draft of what the average American spends each holiday per person. You can look this up and see. And most of the time we spend even 2 or 3 times more than what they talk about the average is that the average American spends on these holidays. So if you stayed this long, this is a challenge for you. This is a challenge. It's easy for me now. It's not that I don't know about the holidays. I just don't participate in them anymore. I would rather go on a vacation. I would rather save my money. I would rather have money to, give to my children when they really need it. I would rather go to a nice restaurant and eat at a fancy place once or twice a year, where you really spend some money where it doesn't really matter what you get. You tasting that $50, $60 steak. Or you getting the seafood platter with the steak, the lobster legs, the lobster tail, things like that, where you enjoy at least once in your life something like that, right? Go on that trip. Go on that trip that you say that you can't go on, but you can, but you can't because you either spend your money on other things like these holidays that's not going to do anything for you. It's not going to move the needle. It's not going to move the needle. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I'm just saying, when I sit back and look at this, it's good that we're getting together, but you don't have to be spending the money in order to celebrate or participate in these man-made traditional holidays. It's only there to fuel the economy. It's only there to get that money grab at the end of the year. That's all it is. Why not take that money that you're going to possibly spend on Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, and then February comes the next month. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? At the end of the year, you're not going to get a break. But if you break that cycle, and I know it's hard because your spouse, your kids are just going to have to fall in line, and you got to be disciplined enough to not worry about what the kids think or how they're going to react. You just got to do it. And then maybe you could take you and the kids on a vacation where you can create memories instead of, spending money on Christmas on a lot of material things that it's just material things. It's not bringing any memories because it's the same repetitive cycle over and over again. And like I said, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer on this Thanksgiving Day, but I just want you to think about it. Just think about it. I'm really serious. Just think about it. I've done it year after year. I don't participate in any of and this is how I got this. You see this back here? You see this? This is how I started this, by not spending any money for the holidays. It was hard the first year because you got to deal with your family and you got to deal with people saying, "Oh, you're a Scrooge." Like, no, I'm not a Scrooge. I'm trying to do something different. Then after you get to a certain status or you're making a lot of money, you don't feel pressured like you have to do some of these things. It's almost the same feeling like this. When you don't have any money in your pocket or you don't have nothing going on in your life, you want everything. Everything looks pleasing to you. You want this, you want that, you want this, you want that, you want that. Oh man, I wish I had this. Man, I can't wait to get this. Man, I'm going to save up for this. Oh man, you want. Put some money in your pocket. Have that bank account sitting at five stacks, 10 stacks, 15, 20, 30. Hey, some people got $100K in their savings account. That gives you a different relief. That puts a different type of aura around you. And then when you have 5,000, 10,000 just sitting around saved up, that you got for an emergency fund or whatever, or you just got extra cash around, you're not buying a lot of the crap that you said that you wanted when you didn't have that money. You'll rather be like, man, I'm not wasting my money on that. Now you're not wasting your money on that because you'll rather have that money for, man, a rainy day, man, a vacation with your family. Hey, I'm going to spend this and then I'm going to put it back in. you're going to have a different look at stuff. And that's all I'm saying. Try it out. I guarantee you, you won't be disappointed. Next year, 2026, you can ride out the rest of this year. Ride out the rest of this year participating in Christmas, buying a whole bunch of Christmas presents, wasting your money, and saying I can't go on vacation, but you done spent $500 somewhere. You know, it doesn't take that much to go to Mexico. It doesn't take that much to get a passport. Once you get that passport, then you're determined to go on more vacations and save more and do more. It's like a domino effect. And you want to see more because you're not, this is quick. You're here for a split moment. Might not feel like it, but when you start getting up there in age, you start thinking about a lot of stuff that you wasn't thinking when you was 20. You was invincible. You was invincible then. You wasn't thinking like that. But I'm telling you, I would rather be that person saving in my 20s and my 30s and grinding it out than in my 40s and 50s and 60s grinding it out, because you're supposed to be somewhat relaxed and doing what you want to do. You don't work 20, 30 years. Man, that's half of your life almost. Some people are working 40 years. You know, that's a certain percentage of your life that you just been grinding and working, and you can't enjoy everything that you've worked hard for until you stop or slow down working. And it is what it is. Everybody gets to enjoy your fruits until you slow down and retire. But in order to do that, you gotta grind in the beginning, get your money. Hey, I hope y'all are taking notes to some of these things I'm saying. I might not have the best YouTube channel, but it doesn't matter. I'm being real with you all the time, every day. Like I said, this is a journey of my life, and I want to document some of these hash points in my life so that as long as YouTube is around, somebody can hear my voice. My children can go back and see me as I'm getting older and aging. They can hear my voice. They can see me progressing. They can see the growth. They can see all this, and maybe there might be something one day that they actually hear that they're not paying attention to now, that might click, that might make them a better person, that might make them more successful. It's hard to be successful and get to some of these points in life where you see people that got a lot of money, they're doing a lot of stuff. There's only a few that's actually living life to its fullest, and they have money. They're humble with it. They help people out. They don't participate in a lot of, they give a lot. And you know that when you start giving, that's a good feeling to give, where you're able to give. If you don't have the money to give and to help out, life isn't that grand. It's not really. It's to give. To give. Whether you're giving advice, giving structure, giving counsel, to give and see somebody pay attention to you and to try to apply it to their life, and it works, and you see that it works, that's the best feeling in the world. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving, and I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace.